Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys, I am going to solve IGCSE Paper 4 of Variant 1 May-June 2023. Before starting the paper, I request you please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. Now let's start the paper. Question 1, Part A. An orchard has 1250 trees. The trees are in the ratio apple, pear, cherry. That's equal to 12 ratio 9 ratio 4. Calculate the number of apple trees. Firstly, we find the sum of ratio. Now the sum of ratio equal to 12 plus 9 plus 4. This equal to 25. Now you see here the total trees are 1250. Therefore, 25 parts value is equal to 1250 trees. Now the one part value of the ratio, that will be equal to 1250 divided by 25, and 25 times 50 is 1250, and therefore the number of apple trees here are 12. Therefore the 12 part value will be equal to 12 multiplied by 50, and that's equal to 600, and therefore 600 trees is the answer. Now we move the next part second. Last year in the orchard, the mean mass of fruit produced was 64 kg per tree. Calculate the total mass of fruit produced last year. Give your answer in turn. You see here, the mass of fruit of one tree is 64 kg. Now you see here the total trees here are 1250. Therefore, mass of fruit of 1250 trees, that's equal to 64 multiplied by 1250, and this value is equal to 80,000 kg. Now we have to convert the kg into ton. Now the conversion of kg into ton, when you convert smaller to bigger unit, you divide this value. Therefore, we divided by 1000, 80,000 divided by 1000, the value convert into ton, and this value equal to 80 tons. Part third, last year the mean mass of pears produced was 54 kg per tree. The decrease of 10% of mean mass of pear produced per tree from the year before. Calculate mean mass of pear produced by each year tree in the year before. That mean mass of pear year before is equal to X, and the mean mass of last year is 54 kg per tree. Now you see here this mass is decrease of 10%. Therefore, this mean mass is the 10% decrease mass year before. This mass is decreased 10%. This is 10% of X, and that's equal to 54 kg. Now we can write it as X minus 10% mean 10 over 100. That's equal to 0.10x. And 1 minus 0.10x equal to 0.90x equal to 54. And this value, X will be equal to 54 over 0.9. 54 divided by 0.9, you get the answer is 60 kg. And now we move the next part of this question. Question number 1, part 4. The orchard loses 1/5 of the total number of trees. In a storm, calculate the number of trees that remain. Now the number of trees loses 1/5 of total trees. Now 1/5 total trees are 1250. 5 times 250 is 1250. Now 250 trees lost. Now the remaining trees equal to 1250 minus 250. The answer is 1000. Now move the next question. Part B, follow by some pairs from a market. Pair cost $0.54 each or 0.51 euro each. Paulo pays in dollar for 12 pairs. Calculate the change he received from $10. Now you see here the pair cost is 0.54 each. One pair cost equal to $0.54. Now the 12 pair cost equal to 0.54 multiplied by 12, and that's equal to 6.48. You see here we have to find the change he received from $10. If he give the note $20, the change he received, that's equal to $10.00 minus 6.48, and that will be equal to $3.52. And this is the answer. Part second, the exchange rate is $1 equal to 0.826 euro. Calculate how much more Paulo pays for each year when he pays in euro. Calculate answer in dollar, correct to nearest cent. Now you see here one pair cost in euro. Here the cost is 0.51 euro. Therefore, we write 0.51 euro. Now, we convert this euro into dollar. Now, you see here 0.826 euro is equal to $1. Therefore, 1 euro will be equal to 1 over 0.826 dollar, and 0.51 euro will be equal to 1 over 0.826 multiply 0.51, and that's equal to 0.6174 in dollar. Now you see here one pair cost in dollar is $0.14, and this is the value is $0.617 when you exchange the euro into dollar. The difference between 0.54 and 0.617, this will be the answer, because when he pays in euro, he has to pay in dollar is 0.67174, and the difference will be equal to 0.674 minus 0.54. That will be equal to $0.0774, and the 3SF value will be equal to $0.080, and is the answer. Now we move the next question. Question number 2, the diagram shows a solid triangular prism A, B, C, D, E, F of 15 centimeter. This length is 15 centimeter. The AB length is 6.4 centimeter. EB length is 5.7 centimeter. Find the volume of the prism is 145 cubic centimeter. The volume is 145 cubic centimeter. Show that the angle EBA equal to 32 degree. Now the volume of prism is equal to base area into height. Now the base area into height is equal to 145. Height here is the length between two bases. The base is, this is the triangle, EBA is the base. Now we write area of triangle EBA multiply by length is 15 equal to 145, and this area of triangle will be equal to 145 over 15. Now the area of triangle EBA will be equal to 1 over 2, the length AB into sine of angle between them. Now the sine of the angle between them is angle EBA, That will be equal to 145 over 15. Now here is AB length is 6.4, EB length is 5.7, and sine of EBA equal to 145 over 15. Now we write this 145 over 15 multiply by 2. Now we shift 1 over 2 from left to right side and divided by 6.4 and divided by 5.7. Now the sine of EBA value will be equal to 0.53. Therefore, the EBA angle will be equal to sine inverse 0.53, and that's equal to 32 degree. And this is the answer. Now find the length of EA. This is the length we have to find. Now you see here in this triangle, the AB length is 6.4, the EB length is 5.7, and the angle between them is 32 degree. Therefore, to calculate the length of EA by using cosine rule, because when three angles and three sides and one angle is the relationship, we use the cosine rule. Therefore, EA square will be equal to AB square plus BE square minus 2 times of AB multiplied by BE multiplied by cosine 32. Now AB square we write 6.4 square plus 5.7 square minus 2 times of 6.4 into 5.7 into cos 32. Now the 6.4 square plus 5.7 square equal to 73.45 minus 2 into 6.4 multiply 5.7 multiply cos 32 degree, that's equal to 6.187, and this value will be equal to 73.54 minus 6.187. This value will be equal to 61.87, and the difference between 73.45 minus 61.87 is 11.576. Now we take the square root on both sides, we get EA will be equal to square root of 11.57, that's equal to 3.4 and centimeter. This is the answer. Part C, calculate the shortest distance from E to AB. The shortest distance from a point to a line is the perpendicular distance of the point on a line. This is the perpendicular. Now we will draw the perpendicular, and this perpendicular intersects the line AB at point F. Now you see here, this is the right angle triangle EFP, and we use this right angle triangle. We can find the length of EF, and this is the shortest distance, and we name it as capital H. Now in this right angle triangle, we use the trigonometric ratio sine 32 degree is equal to opposite side, and this is hypotenuse. Opposite side is capital H, hypotenuse is 5.7. Now therefore H will be equal to 5.7 multiplied by sine 32. Now the answer is 3.02. H is equal to 3.02 centimeter, and this is the answer. Question number 2, part D, calculate the angle BF makes with the base ABCD of the prism. Now you see here this line is BF. Firstly, we draw the line BF, and the base ABCD, we draw a line from B to DC, and this line, it intersects at this point. Now we draw the perpendicular from F to this point. Now you know this height is equal to 3.02, and the length, if we find the length of BF, we can find this angle FBM, and this angle FBM we can find, and this point is M, and the length of BF is suppose that is X. Now this angle theta we can find sine theta will be equal to FM over BF. Now FM here is the 3.02 divided by BF, and we can find this angle. If we find the length BF, this length BF will be equal to BF square equal to BE square plus EF square, because it is a right angle triangle. Now you see here, this is the right angle triangle. We use the Pythagoras theorem here. Now BE square is equal to PE length is 5.7 square plus EF length, you see here, this is 15, this length is 15 square, and that will be equal to 257.49, and then BF will be equal to square root of this. Now we take the square root, we get 16.05. Now the 3.02 our BF is 16.05, we get 0.18. Now the theta will be equal to sine inverse 0.188. The answer will be equal to angle 10.847. This is equal to 10.8. Now the angle between BF and the base is 10.8 degree. Now we move the next part of this question. The part E, the prism is made of plastic with density 938 kg per cubic meter. Calculate the mass of the prism in gram. You know the density equal to mass over volume. Therefore, mass will be equal to density multiplied by volume, and the volume of prism is 145 cubic centimeter. Now we convert cubic centimeter into cubic meter. You know centimeter equal 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter, and when we convert into centimeter into meter, we divide the centimeter by 100, we get into meter. When you cubic meter to centimeter cube into cubic meter, we divide it by 100 power 3. Therefore, we write it's 145 over 100 power 3. Now, the density is 938 multiplied by 145 divided by 100 into 100 into 100. Now the answer will be equal to 136,010 divided by 100,000, 1000 into 1000. Now you see here, answer will be equal to 0.136 kg is the answer. Now we have to convert into gram. We multiply by 1000, we get 136.01 gram, and that's equal to 136. This is the answer. Question number 3, part A, the table shows the information about the mass of X, and the mass and frequencies are given. Now calculate estimate of the mean. Now the formula of the mean, that will be equal to sum of values divided by total number of values, and the total number of values is equal to total frequency. Now you see here the sum of values we can calculate by taking the pass mark of these interval. are 40 to 50 is 45, and the mid between 50 to 56 is 53, and 56 to 64 is 50, 60, and 64 to 70 is 67. Now these are the class mark. We multiply this class mark to frequency. Now we get fx. Now the 45 multiplied by 126, that's equal to 5670. And next is 53 multiply 520, that's equal to 27560. And next is 60 multiplied by 154. The answer is 9240. And 67 multiplied by 200, we get 13,400. Now the sum of all these values, that's equal to 55,870, and the sum of values will be 55,000. We write the summation fx, our summation f, and that is 55,870 divided by 1000. The answer is 55.87. That's equal to 55.9. This is the mean. Part second, an egg is picked from the 1000 egg. Find the probability that this egg was mass greater than 56 gram. Now give your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Now the probability of an egg which is the mass is greater than 56, the mass is greater than 56, that will be equal to total number of eggs having mass greater than 56 divided by total eggs. Now you see here the egg having a mass greater than 56. Now the 56 to 64, these are 154 eggs, and the 64 to 70 gram weight egg 200. Therefore, the total eggs will be 154 plus 200 divided by total eggs, that is 1000, and therefore the answer is 354 over 1000, and this equal to 177 over 500. And this is the answer, 177 over 500. Part B, 1 year a farmer makes a profit 24,730 selling eggs. So write the profit correct to 3SF figure value. Now you see here 24730. The 2SF digits is 4. The neighboring digits is more than 5. Therefore, this digits become 5. And this value is 25. And we put the 0 as a placeholder. Therefore, the 25,000 is the answer. Write part second, write this value in standard form. We can write it as in standard form 2.5 multiplied by 10 power 1, 2, 3, 4. 10.5 into 10 power 4. This is the answer. Now the next part of this question. Question number 3, part C uniform. There are 500 hens, correct to nearest 10 in 1 year. The mean number of eggs laid per hen was 320 eggs, correct to nearest 20. Calculate upper bound for the total number of eggs all the hens lay in that year. You see here are 500 hens, and the correct to nearest 10, and the mean number of eggs laid per hen was 320 in 1 year. Therefore, 1 year, 1 hen lays eggs equal to 320. We have to find the total number of eggs by all hens. Now the total number of eggs by all hens will be equal to 1 hen lays eggs multiplied total hen. We can write it as total eggs by all hens. That will be equal to total hens multiply total eggs per hen. Now we have to find the upper bound value. Therefore, the total eggs by all hens in 1 year upper bound value will be equal to total hens upper bound value multiply total eggs per hen upper bound value. To find the upper bound value of total hen, you see here the accuracy of this value is nearest 10. It is the accuracy. Now, when the accuracy is 10 unit, therefore the error will be equal to 10 over 2. That's value equal to 5. Now we can find the total hens upper bound value. If we add 5 from 500, we get the total hens upper bound value. Now, therefore, we write total hens upper bound value that's equal to 500 plus 5. And this value equal to 505. And same here is the accuracy of the one hen lays eggs in 1 year is correct to nearest 10, nearest 20, correct to nearest 20. This accuracy, therefore, the error will of this value will be equal to 20 over 2, and that will be equal to 10. Now, to find the upper bound value, we add the 10 in this value. Now, you see here, one hen egg upper bound value, that will be equal to 320 plus 10, that's equal to 330. Now we use this value, upper bound value of total hens 505. And same here is one hen one hen egg in 1 year upper bound value is 330. Now we write this value total hens 505 multiply by 330, and that value will be equal to 166,650. Question number 3, part 2. Another form has 800 hens. Correct to nearest 20. Calculate the lower bound for the difference between number of hens on the two forms. Now, the first form having the total number of hens are 500. Now we write the total number of hens of form 1. We name it as H1. Suppose are 500 hens. And correct to nearest 10. It means the accuracy is 10. The error will be equal to 10 over 2. Now we write it 5. Therefore, the value of the upper bound value of H1 will be equal to 500 plus 5. And the lower bound value of the 500x will be equal to 500 minus 5, and that's equal to 495. And same here is the total, another form having eggs 800, we name H2, and 800 hens, and the accuracy of this value is 20, nearest 20 means the error will be equal to 20 over 2. Therefore, the 20 over 2 is 10. Now we add the value in 800, we get the upper bound value, and that's equal to 800 plus 10, and that's equal to 810, and the lower bound value is equal to 800 minus 10, and that's equal to 790. We have to take the difference between H2 and H1. We can write H2 minus H1, and we have to find the lower bound value. Therefore, the H2 minus H1 lower bound value will be equal to H2 lower bound value minus H1 is upper bound value. And this is the formula for find the difference between two values of lower bound. Now you see here the lower bound value of H2 is 790 and H1 is upper bound value is 505. Now the difference will be equal to 285, and this is the answer. Question 4, part A. Calculate the area of triangle PQR. The area of triangle, 1 over 2 base into height. The base of the triangle is 24. Therefore, we write 24. Height is 8. Now 2 times 12 is 24. 12 times is 96. Then the area is 96 centimeter square. And next part is calculate the angle PRQ. Now you see here, this is the right angle triangle. According to the right angle triangle, this side is base and this side is perpendicular. We use the trigonometric ratio. Perpendicular our base, that's equal to tan theta. Now we write that tan PRQ will be equal to perpendicular length is 8 and base is 24, and tan PRQ will be equal to 8 over 24. Therefore, the angle PRQ will be equal to tan inverse. Now you see here 1 over 3. Now 1 over 3 tan inverse, we take this value. And this is equal to 18.43. And this answer will be equal to 18.43 is the answer. Part B, the diagram shows a half cylinder of radius 6 centimeter and length is 11 centimeter. Volume of half cylinder. Now the volume of cylinder equal to pi r square h. Now the half cylinder volume will be 1 over 2 pi r square h. We write this 1 over 2 multiply 3.142 multiply the radius of this, the base of the cylinder is 6 centimeters. 6, we write 6 multiplied by 6. This is the height and that's equal to 11. And we simplify it, we get the value 622.11, and that will be equal to 3SF value 622 cubic centimeter, and this is the answer. Question 4, part C. Part first, ABCD is rectangle with AB is 20 centimeter, BC equal to 15 centimeter. S, X, T are points on circle with center O such that TSA and DDC are tangent to the circle. The radius of circle is 4 centimeter and the TX is the diameter of the circle. The shape DSXT is removed from the corner of the rectangle, leaving the shaded shape shown in the second diagram. Calculate the area of this shape. You see here is the rectangle ABCD, and this rectangle, and there is a circle, and one is the square. You see here SODT is the square. Therefore, the area of this shaded region will be equal to area of rectangle ABCD minus area of square DSOT and minus area of sector, and that is SXT. Now we can calculate the area of shaded region by taking the area of rectangle is 20 multiplied by 15 minus area of square DSOT will be equal to 4 multiplied by 4 minus area of sector. You see here, this is the sector and the angle of the sector is 270. Therefore, we write 270 over 360 multiplied by pi r square. We write theta over 360 multiply pi r square, the area of sector, the formula of this sector. Therefore, theta is 270 over 360 multiply 3.142 multiply the radius is 4 multiplied by 4. Now we get the 300 minus 16 minus 90 times 3 is 270, 90 times 4 is 360, 4 will be cancelled. We write is minus 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, 12 multiplied 3.142. Now we calculate this. That answer will be equal to 246.2 9, and we can write it as in 3SF value 246 centimeter square is the area of shaded region. Part second, calculate the perimeter of the shaded region. Now the perimeter of the shaded region will be equal to the length of AB plus length of BC plus length of TC plus length of SA plus the arc length SXT. Now you see here this is the square, and the length of the square is 4. Therefore, the total length of TC will be equal to 20 minus 4. We write 20 minus 4. And same here is this length AS will be equal to 15 minus 4, because this total length from BA to B to C is 15, and we remove 4 centimeter from this length, we get 15 minus 4. We write 15 minus 4, and the value of AB you see here is 20 and BC is 15, and the value of SXT, the arc length of SXT, we can find by using this formula, theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. This is the arc length formula. Angle of the sector is 270 over 360 multiply 2 into 3.142. 3.142 multiply the radius is 4. Now we get 20 plus 15 is 35 plus 16 plus 11 plus 3 over 4. 4 will be cancelled. Now we write 3 multiply 2 into 3.142. The answer will be equal to 80.852, and in the 3SF value will be equal to 80.9, and this is the answer. Question number 5, part A. There are 160 people in a village. The cumulative frequency diagram shows the information about the ages. Now, part first, find an estimate for the median age. Now you see here are 160 people. Therefore, the total data of the ages are 160. Therefore, the middle value of the data is called median. And by cumulative frequency graph, we take the middle value of 160 people. The middle of 160 people will be 80. And we draw a line from 80 to the curve. And this line intersect at this point. Now we draw the vertical line from intersecting point of this curve to edges. Now you see here, this line intersects at this position. And you see here, this is the middle value of 20 and 30. Therefore, this is the 25. And the median age will be 25. Next is the part B, the lower quartile. We have to find an estimate for the lower quartile. Now to find the lower quartile value, the 1/4 of the data is the lower quartile value. Here are 160 people data. Therefore, the lower quartile value will be equal to 40th value. Now the 40th people age will be the lower quartile. Now you see here, this is the 40th value, 40th people. Now we draw a line from the y-axis to the curve, and it intersects at this position, and we draw a perpendicular line from the intersecting points of the curve to the stage. Now you see here, this line meet at this position, and this is the value is 18. You see here, that is 20, and when you move the 2 unit before that's value equal to 18. And this answer will be 18 years, and the lower quartile age will be 18 years. And next is the number of people who are 50 or more year of age. You see here the 50 years age. We have to find the number of people who are 50 or more year of age. Now we draw the line from age 50. Now you see here, this is the vertical line, and it intersects the point at this position, and we draw a horizontal line from this position to the axis of people. Now you see here this line in meet at this position, and this is the 148, and we have to find the number of people who are more 50 or more of years age. Therefore the 50 age people is 148, and 50 or more will be equal to 160 minus 48, and we write the answer here. 160 minus 148, the answer will be equal to 12 number of people. And next is the find the 65th percentile. 65th percentile means 65 over 100 multiplied by total value, your total frequency, that's equal to 65 over 100 multiplied by 160, and that will be equal to 165 divided by 100 multiply 160. The answer will be equal to 104. Now 104th value, 104th people age will be, now firstly we mark 104. You see here, this is the 104, and we draw a line from the point 104 to, and it intersects the curve at this position. Now we draw a vertical line, and this vertical line meets the age axis, and at this position the 104th people age is 30 years. Therefore 65th percentile is 30, and this is the answer. Part second, the youngest person in the village is 1 year old and the oldest is 70 years old. Draw a box fixer to plot show the distribution of ages in the village. Now you see here is the minimum value is 1, and oldest value is 70, and the upper and lower quartile value, here is the upper quartile, lower quartile value is 18, and median is 25. Now we write the upper quartile, lower quartile value is 18 and median is 25. Now we have to find Q3 to draw the whisker box, because to draw the whisker box we need minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Firstly we find the upper quartile value. Now Q3 is the upper quartile. Now we find this upper quartile, and you see here the upper quartile is the 3/4 of the data. The 3/4 into 160 at people age will be the upper quartile value. You see here is that's equal to 120th people age. That will be the Q3, and we draw the line here. That's equal to 120, and this is the line, and it intersects at this position, and we draw a vertical line, and this vertical line meet at this position. Now you see here 1, 2, 3, this is the 31, 32, 33 and 34, and therefore this is the 34 is the upper quartile value. Now we draw the whisker diagram. Firstly we mark the minimum value, here is 1 and last is 70, therefore 1 to 70, and the lower quartile is 18. Now this is 18. Now we draw the box 18 to 34, and this is the 34. Now you see here this is the value is 18, and this value is 18 and this is 18, and that is Q1, and this value is Q3, and the median is the middle value of the data. You see here, this is Q1, that is 25, and this is maximum value, and this value is minimum value, and this is the whisker diagram. Part B, write down an estimate percentage of people in the village that are younger than the median age. You know the median is the middle value of the data. It means the 50th percentile value. Then the 50th percentile value, that means the 50% is the answer. Now the part B, the frequency table shows the information about the age of each person in another village. Age and frequencies are given here. Now on the diagram, complete the histogram to show this information. The first block has been drawn for you. Now you see here, these are the ages, and the interval between ages here is 20, and that is 10, and this is 20, and this difference is 30. Now to draw the histogram, firstly we have to frequency density. Now the frequency density will be equal to, frequency divided by class width. Now the class width is here, the first class width is 20 and frequency is 52. So 52 then the 52 divided by 20, that's equal to 2.6. 37 divided by 10, that's equal to 3.7. 24 divided by 20, that's equal to 1.2, and 60 divided by 30 is 2. Now we draw the histogram. Now the first interval you see here is 0 to 20, and the box of this 0 to 20 age is already given. Now firstly we will draw the next box, 20 to 30, that is 3.7. You see here, this is the 3.7, and we will draw the rectangle, and this box from 20 to 30, therefore, and this is the second box, and the next box is 30 to 50. Therefore, 30 to 50, the box height is 1.2, and this height will be 1.2. This is the 1.2 height, and the width of this third interval is 30 to 50 is 20, and this is the 30 to 50. Now we draw the we will draw the next box. Next box is the range 50 to 80, and the height is 2. Therefore, this is the height 2. That's width is 50 to 80 is 30, and this is the 30 width, and this box range 50 to 80, height is 2, and this is the histogram. Question number 6, part A, in square ABCD, A has coordinate minus 2, 1, B has coordinate 1, 5, C has coordinate AB. AB are positive integer. Find the coordinate of C and D. You may use the grid to help you. Firstly, we mark the points A. You see here, the point A is minus 2, 1. This is minus 2, 1 point. And next point, B is 1, 5. This is 1, 5. And we mark here is 1, 5. And we name it as minus 2, 1. This is point A. And the point B is 1, 5. Now we draw the line AB. And this is the line AB. And this length of between A and B, we see that what is the length? This length of AB is 4.2 centimeter. And the length of AB is 4.2 centimeter. You know, this is the square. Therefore, all lengths will be equal to AB. Now, therefore, BC, CD, DA, all lengths will be equal to 4.2 centimeter. And this is square. Therefore, each angle will be 90. Therefore, ABC will be equal to 90 degree. BAD will be equal to 90 degree. Now, firstly, we mark the point C at position 4.2 centimeter from B at 90 degree. Now you see here from B at 90 degree 4.2, this is the point where the length is 4.2 at this position. Now we draw the line here, and this line is equal to BC, and this point is C, and we mark the point C, and this point C is 5, 2, and same here we draw the next point D. But next we will mark the point D, and this point D will also be 4.2 centimeter away from A and C. And to draw this point, we take the 90 degree at A, and the 90 degree at A I use here is square set, and this is the line of 90 degree, and from A we mark the point at position 4.2 centimeter because the length of AB is 4.2. The length of AD will be also be 4.2, and this is the position where the point D will lie. Now we join this 2 point, and by joining these 2 points, we get the square, and you see here this is the square ABCD, and this point D, this is the coordinate of D are 2 minus 2, and this coordinate is 2 minus 2. Therefore, the coordinate of C is 5, 2, and the coordinate of D is 2 minus 2. We write here is 5, 2, and 2 minus 2. Now we move the next question. Question number 6, P has coordinate minus 1, 3, Q has 6, 4. Find the coordinate of midpoints PQ. Suppose that this is the point P and this is point Q. Now the midpoint of P and Q, we suppose that this is M, and this midpoint value we have to find. Now P is minus 1, 3, and Q is 6, 4. The midpoint value will be equal to x1 plus x2 over 2 into y1 plus y2 over 2. If we name this point, minus 1 is x1 and this is y1, and same here is x2 and y2. Therefore, the midpoint value will be equal to x1 plus x2 minus 1 plus 6 over 2, and y1 is 3, y2 is 4. So 3 plus 4 over 2, and this value will be equal to 5 over 2, we equal to 2.5. 7 over 2 is 3.5, and this is the answer. Again, find the length PQ. The distance formula between 2 points, that will be equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and the square root of this whole expression. Now this x2 you see here is 6, and x1 is minus 1 and whole square, then y2 is 4, y1 is 3 and whole square, and we take the square root. The next is 6 minus plus 6 plus 1 whole square plus 1 whole square, and that will be equal to 7 square plus 1 square, and this value is equal to 50. Therefore, square root of 50 is the distance between P and Q, and we take the value square root of 50. 7.07 is the distance between P and Q. Now next is find the gradient of PQ. Now the gradient of PQ, the formula of the gradient between 2 points is equal to m equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now you see here is y2 is 4 and y1 is 3 and x2 is 6 minus and x1 is minus 1. That will be equal to 1 over 6 plus 1 is 7, and this is the answer. Part 4, find the equation of the line parallel to PQ that crosses the x-axis at x equal to 2. Now to find the equation of line, firstly we find the gradient of this line. The gradient of parallel line will be equal to gradient of PQ. The gradient of PQ is 1 over 7. Therefore, this gradient of parallel line will also be 1 over 7. Now the equation become y equal to mx plus c. Here is m is 1 over 7, x plus c. Now you see here the x, when x equal to 2, at this point lie on the x-axis. Therefore, the coordinate of this point at x-axis will be 2, 0, because the y-coordinate will be 0 when the line cuts the x-axis. Therefore, we put the value in this equation. Here the y is 0 and x will be 2, and therefore c will be equal to minus 2 over 7. Now this equation become y equal to 1 over 7x plus c. We can write it as 1 over 7x minus 2 over 7, and this is the equation of the parallel line to PQ. We can write it as 7y equal to x minus 2. If we multiply this equation by 7, we get this equation, and this is the answer. Question number 7, part A, factorize 27y square minus 3. To factorize any expression, firstly we take the common. You see here 3 is the common. Now we write is 3 as a common. Therefore, the 27 become 9y square when we take 3 as a common. And then 3 times 1 is 3. Therefore, that second term become 1. Now we write it as 3 into 9y square. We can write 3y whole square minus 1 whole square. And we use the identity a square minus b square. Now the identity a minus square minus b square equal to a plus b, a minus b. Therefore, that will be equal to 3y plus 1 into 3y minus 1. And 3 is written as it is. And this is the factorization of 27 y square minus 3. Next part. Part B, solve x minus 1 over x plus 1 minus 6 over x minus 1 equal to 1. You see here in this fraction, the x minus 1 over x plus 1 minus 6 over x minus 1. The LCM of this x plus 1 into x minus 1 will be x plus 1 into x minus 1. Therefore, x plus 1 into x minus 1 is divided by x plus 1, we get only x minus 1. We multiply this numerator by x minus 1. X plus 1 into x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, we get x plus 1, and we multiply by 6, we get 6 into x plus 1. And that will be equal to 1. This become x square minus x minus x minus minus plus 1 minus 6x minus 6 over x plus 1 into x minus 1, that's equal to x square minus 1 square. Next is x square minus x, that's equal to x square, and minus x minus 2x, and minus 6x, that's become minus 8x. plus 1 minus 6, it becomes minus 5, and this will be equal to x square minus 1, our x square minus 1. Now we shift the x square minus 1 from left to right side. That's therefore its value will equal to x square minus 8x minus 5 equal to 1 multiply x square minus 1, that's equal to x square minus 1. Therefore x square will be cancelled. Now we can write it minus 8x equal to minus 1 plus 5, and this will be equal to 4, and minus 8x equal to 4. Therefore x will be equal to 4 over minus 8, and this will be equal to minus 1 over 2, and this is the answer. Part C, solve 4x square minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. You must show all your working, give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. And now you see here, this is the quadratic equation. When in the quadratic equation solution is 2 decimal place, it means you will solve this quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. Now you see here the quadratic formula is x equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac, the square root on this b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now here a is 4, this is a. Now we write here is a is equal to 4 and b is equal to minus 3 and c is equal to minus 2. Now we write here is minus b is the coefficient of x, and this is minus 3. We write here is plus minus, and you see here b is minus 3 whole square, minus 4, a is 4 and c is minus 2. We take the square root, and next is our 2a. We write 2 into a is 4. Now we can write it as 3 plus minus 3 square is 9. 9 plus 4 fours are 16 into 2 is 32. And our 8. And this, therefore, the x will be equal to 3 plus minus square root of 41 over 8. And this x will be equal to 3 plus square root of 41 over 8 is the first solution. In the second solution, x equal to 3 minus square root of 41 over 8. And this value is equal to 1.175, and we can write it as 1.18. And same, we calculate this second solution. Now you see here x will be equal to 3 minus square root of 41 divided by 8. Now we get minus 0.42. Therefore, we write minus 0.425, and this will be equal to minus 0.43. And here is the 2 decimal place answer is 1.18, and next is minus 0.43, and this is the answer. Part D, make K the subject of the formula. Now we have to make the subject K. Firstly, we shift the m from left to right side. Therefore, this become K will be equal to m multiply 4 plus Kp. Now we can write it as 4m plus Kmp, and we shift the Kmp from right to left side. Now K minus Kmp will be equal to 4m. Now we take the common K, therefore that's become 1 minus mp will be equal to 4m, and therefore K will be equal to 4m over 1 minus mp, and this is the answer. Question 8. A tailor make X dresses, Y shirts in 1 week. He make at least 4 dresses. He makes no more than 7 shirts. He makes less than 14 dresses and shirts altogether. and the number of shirts he makes is more than 2 over 3 of the number of dresses. One of the inequalities that shows the information x is greater than equal to 4. Write down the other three inequalities in x and y. You see here the first inequality, x is greater than 4 is given, and this is the inequality x is greater than equal to 4. Now we have to find the other inequalities. You see here the statement, he makes no more than 7 shirts. It means he makes maximum shirts is 7. Therefore, we can write it as x is less than equal to 7, because in this case 7 is the maximum value. Now in the third statement, he makes less than 14 and shirts, 14 dresses and shirts altogether. Now the number of dresses and shirts altogether is x plus y, and that is less than 14. We write it as less than 14. Next statement, you see here the number of shirts he make is more than 2 over 3 of the number of dresses. Now you see here the number of shirts is represented by y, therefore y is more than, means greater than 2 over 3 of mean multiply, and the number of dresses you see here is x, therefore these are y is greater than 2 over 3x, and these are the three inequalities. First is x is less than equal to 7, next is x plus y is less than 14, and next is y is greater than 2 over 3x. Part B, on the grid, draw 4 straight line and shade the unwanted region to show these inequalities, and label the region that satisfy the inequalities. Now you see here, firstly we will draw the line x equal to 4. This line will be x equal to 4. After drawing this line, we have to mention the region, and the region on the right side will be x is greater than equal to 14. Therefore, we write x is greater than equal to 4. Sorry, x is greater than equal to 4. Next is x is less than equal to 7. Now we draw the line here, x is less than equal to 7. This line is x equal to 7, and the region on the side, x is less than equal to 7. Now, unwanted region, we have to shade. This is unwanted region, and this is unwanted region. Now the next is x plus y is less than 14. Firstly, we draw a line x plus y equal to 14. To draw this line x equal to 0, then y will be equal to 14. If x equal to, therefore this line will be, we get this line by joining these 2 points. But you see here the inequality is x plus y less than 14. The line, this line will be dotted line. Therefore, we draw the dotted line here. In this dotted line, you see here x plus y is less than 14. Therefore, the downward region will be the x plus y less than 14. Therefore, we write here is x plus y less than 14. The unwanted region, we shaded the unwanted region. The unwanted region, upward region, and will be the unwanted. Next is the line we will draw, and this is the unwanted region. Next is the inequalities, y is greater than 2 over 3x. Now we draw the line y is, firstly we draw the line y equal to 2 over 3x. If x equal to 0, y will be equal to 0, and if x equal to 6, then y will be equal to 2 over 3 into 6, that will be equal to 4. Now we mark the points here. Firstly, we mark here is 0, 0, and second is 6, 4, and this point will be 6, 4. Now we will draw the line here, but this, you see here, this inequality is y is greater than 2 over 3x, therefore we we draw the line by we draw the dotted line, and to get the region, you see here the region will be greater than y is greater than 2 over 3, the region will be upward region, therefore we write is y is greater than 2 over 3x. And the shaded unwanted region will be shaded. We shade this below region, and this is the unwanted region. Now you can see here this unshaded region is. Now we move the next part of the question. Use your diagram to find the smallest number of dresses and the smallest number of shirts the tailor makes in 1 week. Now you see here in this region, the smallest points here are this, and this point is 4, 3, where x is shows the number of dresses and y shows the number of shirts. Now therefore 4 number of dresses and 3 number of shirts will be the answer. And the next part you see here, part D, the profit of the tailor makes in 1 week. In the profit the tailor makes on one dress is $10, and the profit in one shirt is $6. Use your diagram to find the largest profit tailor can make in 1 week. Now firstly we find the equation of profit. The profit will be equal to total number of dresses is x, and total number of shirts are y, and in each shirt is profit is 6, and on each dress is profit is 10. Therefore we add this. Now we get 10x plus 6y is the equation. Now to get the maximum profit, you see here this is the equation 10x plus 6y. In this equation, if we take the value of x as maximum, we get maximum profit. We take the maximum values of x is 7. Now, and we take where the maximum values of y on this 7, 6. Now that is 10 times 7 is 70, and 6 times 6 is 36, and that's equal to 106, and this is the maximum value. You can check for other points in the region. Now when you check it, this value at the 7, 6 will be the maximum value. Therefore we write the largest profit is 106 is the answer. Question number 9, part A, the Venn diagram shows set x and set y. Part first, list the element of x. You see here the element of x are A, E. Firstly, we arrange the number in order. A, E, R, L, T. These are the element of x. Next is n, y dash. And y dash mean the region other than y. This region and this region will be y dash. Now you see here, the y dash elements are R and L. Therefore, only y dash elements R and L. Therefore, the total number of elements are 2. Therefore, we write it's 2 is the answer. Part B, niche diagram shade the region. You see here, this is P and this set is Q, and we have to shade the region P union Q. Firstly, we mark the region P. This is the region P. Next, we will mark the region Q. This is region Q. Now we shade the region in which at least one tick exists. Now you see here, we will shade this region. Next is the P dash intersection Q. Now, firstly, we mark the region P dash. P dash is the region other than P. You see here, this is P dash region. And next is the Q. Q is this region will be Q. And this is the Q region. You see here P dash intersection Q. In the intersection, where the both takes exist. Now we shade the region. Now this is the region we shade it, and this is the shaded region of P dash intersection Q. Now we move to the next part of this question. Part C, universal set is equal to positive integer less than 13 and A is x is less than 9 and B is x is even and this is x is multiple of 3. Now we write the elements of universal sets that's equal to 1, 2, 3 and that will be equal to less than 13. This is the last element will be 12 and next is the set A. The set A will be equal to less than 9. Therefore, we write the numbers 1, 2, 3 and that's equal to less than 9 is last is element will be 8. And next is B will be equal to even number. We write as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. These are the even number. And the next set is C is multiple of 3. We write as multiple of 3 is 3, 6, 9, and 12. And next is the complete the Venn diagram. Firstly, we take the intersection between A, intersection B, intersection C. Now A intersection B intersection C, that will be equal to the common of all these three sets will be 6. The 6 only the element will be common in all of three sets. See, next you take the A intersection B. Now A intersection B, you see here, the common between A and B will be equal to 2, 4, 6, and 8. And next is the A intersection C. Now you see here A intersection C will be equal to 3 and 6. Next is the B intersection C. Now B intersection C will be equal to 6 only. Now you see here 6 and 12. Now firstly we mark the point 6. A intersection B intersection C, this is the point 6. And A intersection B is 2, 4, 8. And A intersection C, you see here A intersection C is 3, 6. And next is B intersection C, that is 6, 12. And next we mention the element of A here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is the element of B. You see here the element of B are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. I already mentioned the 10 here. Next is the element of C. The element of C will be 3, 6, 9, and 12. Next is the element of universal set. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is not here in A, B, and C. Therefore, we write here. And all elements of set A, B, C, and universal set are mentioned in the Venn diagram. Now we move to the next part of this question. In the next part, N into A intersection A dash union B intersection C. Find the total number of element against this set. Firstly, we find A dash. You see here A dash will be equal to 9, 10, 11, 12, because all the element of universal set are except A. Now these are the element A dash. Now you have to take the union A dash union B intersection C. Now you see here this is B intersection C. Now we take the common and uncommon element between A dash and B intersection C. Now you see here that's equal to 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now the total element will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are the 5 elements. And this is the answer. Question number 10, f of x equal to x minus 4, g of x equal to 2x plus 5, h of x equal to 3 power x. Find f of minus 3. Now, therefore, f of minus 3 will be equal to minus 3 minus 4. We put this value in this equation, we get minus 7. Next of g of inverse of x. Now, you see here g of x equal to 2x plus 5. Now we can write it as y. If we write it g of x equal to y, and therefore x will be equal to g inverse of y. Therefore, we can write it as y equal to 2x plus 5. To find g inverse of x, we make the subject x here. Now we get y minus 5 equal to 2x. Therefore, x will be equal to y minus 5 over 2. Now we x, the x equal to g inverse of y. We write it g inverse of y equal to y minus 5 over 2. We replace y by x, replace y by x, we get g inverse of x will be equal to x minus 5 over 2, and this is the answer. Next is f of x multiply g of x multiply f of x. Now you see here f of x equal to x minus 4, g of x is 2x plus 5, and f of x is x minus 4. Now we multiply all these expression. You see here f of x is x minus 4. Now we multiply x minus 4 into x minus 4, that's equal to x minus 4 whole square. Now we use the identity to x minus 4 whole square, we get x square minus 2 times of x into 4 plus 4 square. We use the identity a minus b whole square, that's equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Next is 2x plus 5. Now we can write it as x square minus 8x plus 16 into 2x plus 5. We multiply 2x into x square, we get 2x cubed. Next, 2x into minus 8x is minus 16x square. 2x into 16 is 32x. Next is plus 5. Multiply x square is 5x square minus 40x plus 5 into 16 is 80. Now 2x cubed minus 16x square plus 5x square, that's equal to minus 11x square, plus 32 minus 40 is minus 8x, and plus 80, and this is the answer. Part B, find x when h of x equal to g f of 2. We write it here, h of x is 3 power x equal to g is written as it is. F of 2, we write firstly we find f of 2. F of 2 equal to 2 minus x minus f of x equal to x minus 4. F of 2 will be equal to 2 minus 4, that's equal to minus 2. We write here is minus 2, and the g of minus 2 will be equal to 2 into minus 2 plus 5 is equal to minus 4 plus 5 is equal to 1. We write here is 1, 3 power x equal to 1. Therefore, we can write it as 3 power 0, because to make the coefficient same, when 1 can be written as 3 power 0 and 3x equal to 3 power 0, then x will be equal to 0, and this is the answer.